Hello, everyone. Thank you so much for checking out this video here on Show Style and Spirit. I am Ebony, of course, and as you can see from the title of this video, I will be giving my commentary on the most recent episode of Messy Mondays with Carlos King and Dr. Heavenly. Carlos, he actually was the most verbal today that he's been since the entire season 7 of Love and Marriage Huntsville has started. Typically he poses the questions and Dr. Heavenly is his mouthpiece. But today he decided to actually speak the most that we've heard him say about the show thus far. And particularly, he spoke on the 3-week hiatus, and I wanted to give my thoughts on it, what my initial thoughts were, and why I actually feel like him bringing up the Olympics, I kind of feel like that kind of puts the ratings under a spotlight. So I'm going to get into that. And of course, he had a lot to say about people calling local officials to get Blaque shut down. And then I'm going to share what Dr. Heavenly feels like Marceau needs to do to avoid this situation in the future. Now, before we get into these topics, I ask that you please hit the like button on this video. Even if you were to hit the dislike button, either one of those work the same. They kind of like stimulate the video, meaning that YouTube will recommend it to more people who enjoy discussing the various topics surrounding Love and Marriage Huntsville. And if you have not already done so, please subscribe to Show Style and Spirit. I would definitely love to have you as one of the showstoppers. And everything that I'm saying in this video is alleged and just my opinion. And the Copyright Act of 1976 says that my fair use commentary on these sound bites are allowed for criticism. Now, before I put up my fair use commentary banner, I had to just show you the quick snippet of Dr. Heavenly taking off her wig. She was wearing a wig that's like attached to a hat. And so Carlos, he spoke a couple of times his thoughts on people calling local officials and calling the city of Huntsville about Blaque. The first time he started talking about it, he was saying that, our people need to stop. People of color, we need to stop trying to, harm or destroy each other's businesses. And while he is giving his spiel, Dr. Heavenly takes off her wig and it throws him off. He laughs. He says to her, "Do we have the same haircut?" And she's like, "I got some hair, but it was just itching me." So I had to just, capture that moment for y'all. Here y'all go. Okay. But let's go ahead and play this soundbite where he talks about the 3-week hiatus and coming back in August with the remaining episodes of the show. So let me put up my fair use commentary, and here we go.
Are we on, and how many more episodes we got this season? Because I'm going to tell you how it's going to go if we got enough time. What are we on? Okay, so listen. The way, and guys, don't be mad at me. Y'all blame me for everything. I don't do scheduling. So I'm going to say this, and it is what it is. So as you know, we're off for 3 weeks because of the Olympics. When we come back in August, we have 3 more episodes of the first half of the season. And then we go on another break, and then we're back with 15 more episodes. Oh, wow. So is that considered another season or no? You know how they call it season A and B? Right, okay. I ain't never seen nobody do that shit but y'all. I ain't never seen it. A lot of other stuff. I ain't never seen it. I've never seen it. I don't do that. I'll say this much. We're still filming. Oh, okay. With some more shit about to drop. Okay. We're still filming, and a lot is transpiring. The weirdest thing, though, is when you're filming the show while it's airing. Can you imagine filming Marriage to Madison while it's airing? Because now the people will see what the hell I said about them in their green screen. Now they mad. We ain't had a chance to talk about the big thing about it is they don't see it until the reunion. Then I get the review. But if we still filming, bitch, that's going to bring more drama for the damn show. Because I done called this hoe. You know what I'm saying? An old pro hoe. I done said it. Now she know how I feel. So now in the season, she coming back at me, whoever it is. I'm just talking. I'm saying allegedly. Allegedly. Right. So they don't already know how I feel, so it's gonna be more drama if we watching it as we filming. So all of this Trisha, Ken, Martell scandal is so Ken get to see that Trisha lied to her friends about it. Why would you lie, Trish? Trish.
Okay, so when the show comes back in August, there will be 3 episodes left and then another break. And then we're going to get another 15 episodes for the second half of season 7. The cast of Love and Marriage Huntsville, I have always felt like they work so hard. They must film the majority of the year every year. Whereas with Bravo shows, I believe they film for like 4 to 5 months out of the year. But so they definitely work hard on the OWN network. But when we first learned about the 3-week break, I actually thought, is it because they have to go back and re-edit some episodes due to Kiki Jabbar's passing? Do they feel like they were giving her an unfair edit? Because I believe we're going to see her on the girls' trip. And if we see her any further, perhaps they wanted to go back and edit that content. And then I also thought about in the wake of Miss Black Titanic countersuing Maurice Scott and the OWN network, did OWN insist that they edit some scenes if there's any more conversation about the lawsuits? You know, it's giving they need some more time to edit any scenes where Maurice discusses his lawsuit against Miss Black Titanic and Here for Hot Tea. So I thought of that, like they needed some more time to edit some content. Now, Carlos, for him to actually go back and say we're on a 3-week break due to the Olympics, I kind of felt like that was a foolish choice to make, to say, because when I thought of him saying the Olympics, I thought to myself, you actually are shining a light on the ratings, in my opinion, because it's giving you all are concerned that the Olympics would take even more viewers away from Love and Marriage Huntsville, and the ratings are already lower than it typically is. So you see the Olympics as competition. So you're going to snatch away the show for 3 weeks. I don't buy that. I don't think that it's due to the Olympics. But I felt like that was a poor excuse to say. You know, I'm leaning towards they have to re-edit some episodes, whether it's because of Kiki's passing and or the lawsuit that Maurice Scott filed. And so they just want to edit some content because they don't want to deal with the fallout afterwards. So moving on, they of course talk about, they said some interesting things about Martell. This episode of Messy Mondays, it was definitely devoted to building up Martell. They talked about, allegedly, Carlos said that one of his female friends texted him and was like, why is Martell wearing a robe in a scene with Destiny? And he said, you know, Martell is good TV. He said that that's the feedback that he gets from people. They say that it's hard to be mad at Martell because he's such good TV. I find it so easy to be mad at Martell. He makes it so easy for me. But they were really trying to boast and really build up Martell as like he's just doing so great on this reality TV show. When it came to that scene, Dr. Heavenly was like, oh, I'm glad you brought up that scene because I feel like although Martell and Destiny probably haven't done anything, I do see them dating. Dr. Heavenly said, I see them dating. And then she said, I feel like it will be a good relationship because they have been friends for so long. Oh my gosh, that would be such a disaster. I would be annoyed as if the Eminem kids are like my nieces and nephews, or I've watched them grow up their whole lives. I do not want to see Martell dating Destiny. That would just irk me to no end. But Dr. Heavenly says that she sees it coming. Do you all share Dr. Heavenly's vision as well? Do you see the two of them dating? I can see the two of them smashing, but not the two of them dating. I do not see that, Dr. Heavenly. Now, on to about Blaque shutting down. Carlos, like I said, he had a lot to say. First, he was talking seriously until Dr. Heavenly snatched off her wig. Then, of course, they had to laugh. And then, he got back into his spiel. So I'm going to go ahead and play the soundbite, and then I will come back with the rest of my commentary.
Just because you have an issue with somebody, you may not like them or you disagree with this, that, to try to ruin their legacy. This Black man and this Black woman are trying to provide generational wealth for their children. They want their children to one day run the businesses. This Black man is trying to lead to make Blaque this conglomerate that has a lot of subsidiaries underneath that global brand that he's trying to make it. So to try to ruin that because you don't like somebody, I will never subscribe to that. I will never accept that. I think it's disgusting to do that. If you don't want to support somebody, just don't support them. Don't go to it. Don't talk about it. Don't give them your money. You have that choice. But you do not have the right to sit up here and use your hands and your mouth to try to ruin somebody's livelihood. That's fucked up. It's fucked up. And I wanted to tell that story because at the end of the day, all the people reality TV is trying to do is to make money to provide for their families. And to the people watching, you must stop trying to ruin someone's life because you just don't like them. I agree with that 1,000% because one day you like them, the next week you love them. That's what my experiences have been. Mine too. Like Dr. Heavenly, and she is the slowest bitch, and then when you get the real story, because y'all don't ever get the whole story. You know what I'm saying? No, you might look this way until the reunion, and you be like, oh, that's why she did. For example, prime example, Housewife of Atomic, Mia. We were looking at her all sideways until we found out what she was dealing with. You see what I'm saying?
No, Dr. Heavenly, I know some people who watch Married to Medicine, and after they watch the reunions, they still don't like you. So that theory doesn't really hold up in my opinion. So Carlos, in my opinion, he used the situation of Blaque getting shut down as a means to subliminally, in my opinion, talk about the fan base of Love and Marriage Huntsville, particularly the millimeters. Now, people who are not millimeters, they will probably come out of the bushes via the comments and say, when did he mention the millimeters? He doesn't have to specifically say the word for it to be implied. And again, it's just my opinion. But he was saying that, it is disgusting and he'll never subscribe to calling entities to try and harm someone's business simply because you do not like them. But in this particular situation, Carlos, this is actually millimeter free. It has nothing to do with the millimeters. It was actually Huntsville locals who took issue with Blaque. Tisha even said in her confessional that people were calling the city of Huntsville for various reasons, complaining about Blaque. And then once it came down to a parking issue during a large event, that the locals were successful at getting Blaque shut down for what Carlos says was for a couple of days. Now, Dr. Heavenly said that based upon her watching the episode and listening to Marceau talk, that Marceau is going to have to go ahead and get political. She said that he should get to know the mayor. She even brought up Candy Burris Tucker from the R&B group Escape and Love and the Real Housewives of Atlanta. Dr. Heavenly said that Candy knows who she needs to know. So if she needs to make a phone call, she can do that. So that would require Marceau humbling himself. He's going to have to learn to talk with people without being condescending. He would have to learn how to talk with people without suggesting that they're stupid and he's the only smart one in the room. He would have to learn those people skills before he can, rub elbows with the mayor and, those church leaders that he mentioned that have been getting in his behind. He's going to have to learn how to talk with people without being insulting. So that part he will definitely have to work on. And then Dr. Heavenly also said that when you run a business like Blaque, it's important to keep a line of credit open where the limit is so high that it's enough to cover 5 years worth of income to buffer the ups and downs like a shutdown. I thought that that was very good advice. On a consumer level, we are all told that you should have 6 months worth of your monthly bills saved up, that in the event you lost your job or something happened and you weren't working for 6 months, that you can make it. You have that money saved up, and then you're giving yourself 6 months to get back working again to earn an income. So she is saying that on a business level, to run a business like Blaque, whatever their expenses are, whatever income they typically draw from the business, to have 5 years worth of that on a line of credit. So then I wondered, oh gosh, do the Scotts have that? Do they qualify for such a line of credit? I don't know, since I don't know them financially speaking. I just know them on a reality TV show level. But that was the advice that she gave. Carlos and Dr. Heavenly also said that after the 3-week break, that the two of them are going to interview a couple from Love and Marriage Huntsville. They did not say which couple it was. But you all let me know in the comments, what did you all think about Dr. Heavenly's advice on running a business like Blaque, about getting political and keeping a very large line of credit open? And what did you think about Carlos King's comments regarding the 3-week break? And what do you think the 3-week break is due to? He didn't even bother to say it's just plain old scheduling. We're already in the second half of the year. We have to plan around the holiday seasons coming up. He didn't even say that. He said the Olympics. So strange, so bizarre. And I feel like it shines a light on the low ratings. Not very smart. So please hit the like button on this video. It is a free way of supporting the channel. Please subscribe to Show Style and Spirit if you have not already done so. I thank you all so much for watching this video. I always appreciate the support. I am so elated that the Monday workday is over. It is always a relief when I can just log out of work. I decided just to stay in. I did not make it to the park. I do miss it. I may go just to sit there for a little while until it gets dark, but I did not go for my walk. I just stayed in because I knew Messy Mondays was going to start up, and I may even be making another video later on tonight. So I hope you all had a magnificent Monday. I hope that it was not a manic Monday, and we are all going to have a terrific Tuesday. Whatever you have to do tonight to prepare for tomorrow, whether it's lay your clothes out, pack up your lunch, or if you make overnight oats, make it tonight, and you'll have a smoother morning. Be sure to try not to snooze a bunch of times. You don't have to rush in the morning. Stand in the mirror, say your affirmations, and journal or pray, whatever you need to do to get your thoughts out of your head and elsewhere. And I will talk with you all very soon. Bye.